Dear students, myself Dr. Neelmani Gupta, Associate Professor, Government Dungar College, Bikaner, Rajasthan. In last video, we have discussed about the definition of equation of continuity and then Euler's method to find equation of continuity. Also, we have studied about equation of continuity in Cartesian coordinates. Today, first of all, we will discuss about equation of continuity in spherical polar coordinates. This is the figure. Let coordinates of A, B, r, theta, phi. This is the point in the fluid. Taking the elemental volume in the form of curvilinear parallelepiped having edges A dash is equal to delta r, AB is equal to r delta theta, and AD is equal to r sin theta delta phi. Let UVW be the components of velocity in the direction of r, theta, phi respectively. Means u is the velocity in the direction A dash, v is the velocity in the direction of theta, that is AB, and w is the velocity in the direction of phi, that is r sin theta delta phi. Now, area of the face ABCD. This is ABCD. Area of this face is r delta theta into r sin theta delta phi. The mass of fluid that flows in through the face ABCD due to velocity component u will be r delta theta into r sin theta delta phi into u into rho, where rho is density of the fluid and this is this mass per unit time. This can be written down as rho r square u sin theta delta phi. Suppose this expression is written as function of r theta phi and symbolically f of r theta phi. Then mass of the fluid that flows out through the face A dash, B dash, C dash, D dash. This is A dash, B dash, C dash, D dash. Mass flows in from ABCD and comes out from A dash, B dash, C dash, D dash. So, mass of the fluid that flows out through this space will be f of r plus delta r theta phi. As the coordinates of A dash will be r plus delta r, coordinates of A dash will be r plus delta r theta and phi. Now, expanding this expression by Taylor's theorem and neglecting higher order terms of delta r, we have f of r theta phi plus delta r del by delta r of f of theta phi. Therefore, excess of flow in over flow out along A dash is equal to mass that enters through ABCD minus mass that flows out through A dash, B dash, C dash, D dash. Then substituting these values we get minus delta r del by del r of f of r theta phi. Now, substituting the value of f of r theta phi, we have minus delta r del by del r of rho r square u sin theta delta theta delta phi. Or this can be written down as minus delta r delta theta delta phi sin theta del by del r of rho u r square, because this is partial differentiation with respect to r. So, theta and phi are as constants. Similarly, excess of flow in overflow out from faces A dash, D dash, D and B dash, C dash, C due to velocity v along AB will be g of r theta phi minus g of r theta plus delta theta phi. This is in the direction of theta, and here g of r theta phi, that is function of r theta phi, is assumed as equal to r sin theta delta phi delta r rho into v. Velocity v is velocity in theta direction. So after expanding this g of r theta plus delta theta phi by Taylor's theorem, and once again neglecting higher order terms of delta theta, we have minus delta theta del by delta theta of g of r theta phi. Now again substituting the value of g of r theta phi, we have minus delta theta del by del theta of r sin theta delta phi delta r rho into v. Then partially differentiate partially with respect to theta, we have minus delta r delta theta delta phi r into del by del theta of rho v sin theta. Suppose this is equation number 2. Flow in overflow out will be this, and suppose this is equation number 1, and in this is in u direction, rather in r direction, and this is in theta direction. So this is equation number 2. Also mass flow rate entering a b b dash a dash, that is r delta theta delta r into rho into w. This is in phi direction, and suppose this value is termed as function of r theta phi, that is h of r theta phi. Also mass flow rate coming out through d c c dash d dash will be function of r theta phi plus delta phi. Again expanding this expression by Taylor's theorem and neglecting higher order terms of delta phi, we have h of r theta phi plus delta phi del upon del phi of h of r theta phi. So excess of flow in overflow out along AD due to velocity w is equal to minus delta phi del by del phi of h r theta phi. Substituting the value of this h of r theta phi, we have minus delta phi del by del phi of r delta theta delta r rho w. So this result becomes minus r delta theta delta phi del by del phi of rho w. Suppose this is equation number 3. Therefore total increase in mass per unit time from all phases. So adding these equations, that is equation number 1, equation number 2 and equation number 3, we have minus of sin theta del by delta r of rho u r square plus r del by del theta of rho v sin theta plus r del by del phi of rho w into delta r delta theta delta phi. Suppose this is equation number 4. But the total mass inside the parallelepiped is equal to density into volume, and that is rho density and volume is delta r delta theta into r sin theta delta phi. So this is the mass inside the parallelepiped, so that the rate of change of mass inside the parallelepiped per unit time will be del by del t of rho delta r delta theta r sin theta delta phi. This expression can be written down as r square sin theta delta r delta theta delta phi into del rho by del t. Now increase in mass equal to total excess of flow in overflow out. So substituting these values, increase in mass is r square sin theta delta r delta theta delta phi into del rho by del t, and total excess of flow by equation 4 minus delta r delta theta delta phi sin theta del by del r rho u r square plus r del by del theta rho v sin theta plus r del by del phi of rho w. This expression can be written down as r square sin theta del rho by del t is equal to minus sin theta del by del r of rho u r square minus r del by del theta of rho v sin theta minus r del by del phi of rho w. So rearranging this, we get del rho by del t plus 1 upon r square del by del r of rho u r square plus 1 upon r sin theta del by del theta rho v sin theta plus 1 upon r sin theta del by del phi rho w is equal to 0, and this is the required equation of continuity in spherical polar coordinates. Now for incompressible fluid, rho, that is density, must be constant, and in that case del rho by del t is 0 and rho can be taken throughout common. So remaining terms are 1 by r square del by del r of u r square plus 1 upon r sin theta del by del theta of b sin theta plus 1 upon r sin theta del w by del phi equal to 0 as rho is not 0. Or this can be write down as del u by del r plus 2u by r plus 1 upon r del v by del theta plus v by r cot theta plus 1 upon r sin theta del w by del phi equal to 0, and this is the equation of continuity for incompressible fluid in terms of polar coordinates. Next is, what is equation of continuity in cylindrical coordinates? This is the figure. Let B, coordinates of B are r theta z. This is a point in the fluid. Taking B as one corner, constructing a parallelepiped with as is B dash is equal to delta r, BA is equal to r delta theta, and BC equal to delta z. Also, let small u, v, w are velocities, velocity components along these directions. Means u in the direction of B dash, v in the direction of BA, and w in the direction of BC. So mass of fluid that passes through the face BADC. For convenience, we construct this parallelepiped as this. So BADC, this is the face, and area of this face is r delta theta delta z. So mass of fluid that passes through the face BADC, r delta theta delta z area into velocity into density. Suppose this expression can be written down as function of r theta z, symbolically f of r theta z, and the mass of fluid that passes out the face along B dash means B dash C dash, this is the face B dash C dash D dash A dash. Mass comes from A B C D and flows out from A dash B dash C dash D dash. So mass of fluid that passes out through the face along B dash is equal to f of r plus delta r theta z. So expanding by Taylor's theorem, we have f of r theta z plus delta r del by del r of f of r theta z. Neglecting higher order terms of delta r, we have this expression. So excess of flow in overflow out along B dash in unit time will be minus delta r del by del r f of r theta z, or substituting the value of f of r theta z, we have minus delta r del by del r of r delta theta delta z with u into rho, or this can be written as minus delta r delta theta delta z into del by del r of rho u r. Suppose this is equation number 1. Again, mass flow rate entering the phase A dash D dash D is equal to delta r delta z into density into velocity. This is in v direction or theta direction, and this is suppose g of r theta z. So mass flow rate coming out from B dash C dash C will be g of r theta plus delta theta z. Again expanding this expression by Taylor's theorem and neglecting higher order terms of delta theta, we have this expression, and excess flow in unit time along BA will be minus delta theta del by del theta of g of r theta z. Substituting this value, we have minus delta theta del by del theta of delta r delta z into rho into v, and this expression becomes minus delta r delta theta delta z into del by del theta of rho v. Suppose this is equation number 2. Again, mass flow rate entering in A dash B dash B will be r delta theta into delta r into rho into w. This is along z direction. Suppose this expression is write down as function of r theta z, that is h of r theta z. And mass flow rate coming out from d dash c will be function of r theta z plus delta z. Expanding this by Taylor's theorem and neglecting higher order terms of delta z, we have this expression. Hence, excess of flow in over flow out along BC will be minus delta z del by del z of h of r theta z. Substituting the value of h of r theta z, we have this expression, and this result becomes minus r delta theta delta z with del by del z of rho w, and suppose this is equation number 3. Hence, the total rate of change of mass per unit time in all phases will be, adding these three results, we have minus delta r delta theta delta z into del by del r of rho u r plus del by del theta of rho v plus r del by del z of rho w. Also, total mass of fluid in the parallelopipe equal to, once again, mass will be density into volume. So, density is rho and volume is delta r delta theta into delta z. So, this is total mass of fluid in the parallelopipe. Now, the rate of change in the mass of fluid in the parallelopipe will be del by del t of rho delta r delta theta delta z, or this can be written down as r delta theta r delta r delta theta delta z with del rho by del t, and suppose this is equation number 5. So, equating equation number 4 and equation number 5, we have r del rho by del t is equal to minus del by del r of rho u r plus del by del theta of rho v plus r del by del z of rho w, or this can be written as del rho by del t plus 1 upon r del by del r of rho u r plus 1 upon r del by del theta of rho v plus del by del z of rho w equal to 0, and this is the required equation of continuity. In the case of incompressible fluid, once again rho will be constant, and in that case del rho by del t will be 0, and rho can be taken throughout common, and then remaining result will be the equation of continuity in case of incompressible fluid.